Hello and welcome. My name is Shamonna, and I want to introduce you to my gold making tips video. I don't really know what to say. Ever since I released a video about me making all that gold in like such a short amount of time and simply just riding around on this thing, I get messages all the time asking me, do you have any tips on how to make money? So hopefully this guide, or it's not really guide, I don't know. Hopefully this helps some people. First off, the honorable mention of WoW tokens. Simply getting a job and buying WoW tokens is probably the best way to go. They're kind of low right now because of BFA launch, but I suspect in the next month they'll start to go back up again. Maybe 2 or 3 months they'll be back up to a healthy like 180k, 200k, maybe. Maybe that's too high for such a short amount of time, but yes, just so the one guy in the comment can't meme about it, getting a job and buying WoW tokens is the most efficient way to make gold in World of Warcraft. Probably not the most efficient, but the most reliably efficient way, I should say. Okay, so moving on from the WoW token, if you want to make money solely through the auction house, now obviously most of the things you get, the only way you make money is selling stuff through the auction house, but this is pure buying stuff off the auction house to resell for a profit. The first method is obvious: buy low, sell high. You can apply it to transmog, you can apply it to 110, 120, leveling gear, recipes, mounts, battle pets, all that kind of stuff. It's very simple. You just buy a lot of items for very cheap and you repost them for higher. So searching through weapons, you can see we've got a lot of green BoEs. Weapons probably wasn't the best place. Armor would be a little bit better. But you know, say you bought all these green BoEs for like, what are they, 5 gold each? You buy 100 items at 5 gold each. You list them all 500 gold each. You sell one of those items, you profited 99 items because that 500 gold you sold one of them for paid for your whole investment. And then you profit all these items. It's not the best method of going into it, but that's the main idea, you know. You would use something like TSM to tell you what to post stuff for, and you would just buy them and repost them, and that's about it. And again, like you said, you can do that with armor, weapons, recipes, pets, mounts, and that's about it. The next step, or the next method, is, I don't know if you would call it price manipulation, more of market manipulation, and that's just buying mainly trade skill materials, maybe some consumables, item enhancements. You'd buy them all out and you'd relist them higher. So if we go to something like Winter's Kiss, you know, Winter's Kiss is a Battle for Azeroth herb, mainly found in Drusvar. We've got some here. Now, if we look at our TSM add-on, it tells me that the market value, so my server's value on average for Winter's Kiss is about 34 gold. The lowest value is about 29 gold, and the regional average, so regional is all the servers average, is about 38 gold. So let's say I bought out all these herbs up to like, you know, this 34, 64 gold. And so let's say I buy 2,000 herbs, 32 gold each, right? So let's get this calculator. So we buy 2,000 herbs, 32 gold each. And now we sell that 2,000 herbs for 35 gold each. So we do 35 times 2,000. I'm doing this the wrong way, aren't I? 35 times 2,000. And then you subtract the original value. You just profited 6k doing nothing. You will have to add in stuff like, you know, listing price, the auction house cut. There's like a 5% auction house cut. So once you factor those in, maybe it's more like, I don't know, maybe 4,000 gold profit, but you know, it's 4,000 profit you have to do. There's a lot of risk with this, but it is an option, and if you kind of learn your market, your server's market properly, and you keep track of stuff, you can get pretty good at this. Next, moving over to professions, you've got the obvious ones like gathering professions. You can make a lot of money just doing herbalism. herbalism mining, using stuff like the stirrups and the barding so you don't get dismounted and you can mine herbal on a mount. So those are nice, and also skinning. You can make probably 30k per hour or more if you get good at it, and that's pretty average across all servers right now. But that's always an obvious thing. I know a lot of people don't like doing that, but if you're low on cash and you want to get into the auction house game, picking up gathering professions is a good way to start. The next good way is to go into some, how do you call it, production professions. You can make some of this new stuff. You can make these BoEs, and sometimes these sell pretty well. Or you can go into old world stuff. So like if we go into Outlands recipes, let's take a look at Hardcorium Battlefest. It's got a regional market value of 102k. I don't know how hard some of this stuff is to get, but just looking at the TSM, I could buy all these items except for the hardened corium for probably like, I don't know, maybe like 30k, 40k. Now what does it take to make hardened corium? I have no idea. But that's an example. If you farm these out, you could sell this for 100k. There you go. Some other things you can make, just choosing stuff at random. Red Battle Belt, regional market value 50k. I mean, this takes like nothing. You can make a couple of these. So you just go through, you make one of each of these, and maybe you drop like 200k buying stuff. Maybe you spend like 10 hours farming the rest. If one of these items sell, like, you just profit. I mean, it's a bad example, but that's just how it works. Some of this stuff goes for a lot of money, and it really doesn't take much to make. So that's another example. You can do this with blacksmithing, leatherworking, tailoring, jewel crafting. Even some of the old alchemy potions go for a bit. Not many, but some. Enchanting recipes, some of the old world ones go for a bit as well. And I guess lastly would be old raid running. So if you're kind of a mount collector, going back to some of the old raids, I think in Miss Apartnaria, Siege of Rogmar, Mythic, if you're 120 with decent gear, you should be able to solo this super easy. You were able to solo it like 2 expansions ago. Yeah, not 2 expansions ago. I know last expansion for sure you were able to solo this. You'd probably make somewhere between like 20 or 30k in just pure gold from selling stuff if you run a bunch of the old raids. But running all the old raids could take you like 4 or 5 hours, so it's not good gold per hour. But I mean, on top of getting that raw gold, you have a chance at getting some pets that are worth a lot, and you also get transmog that you might want for your character. And of course you can get mounts as well. But going back to pets, these Siege of Rogmar and Miss Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor raid pets are worth a lot. So Blackfuse Bomblings, the droplets, Kovak. Let's take a look. Kovak. It's about 20k. It's worth more in some servers. Again, it depends on your server price. Droplet of Yasiraj, 60k. Blackfuse Bombling, I think it's like 40k on this server. So, you're not guaranteed to get one of these, but if you do, it increases your margin, and you might be doing something you enjoy doing, and that's kind of what it comes down to. You make money while having fun. That's about all I got. You've got crafting and professions, you've got farming and professions. I wouldn't suggest farming old world materials unless you want to craft stuff. So, if you want to make money through making old world stuff and blacksmithing, I would suggest getting mining and going to mine some stuff, because, some ore won't be available. Like, I think if we search cobalt, there's probably like no or very little cobalt on the auction house. It will require you to do some research. It will require you to perhaps farm old recipes, buy old recipes, but yeah, see, there's really just not much cobalt on here. It's maybe like 300 and then 144 at 78 gold each. But cobalt is a pain to farm. But I hope this helps. If you have any more tips or tricks, please drop them down in the comments section. I'll look over them. I'd be interested in Maybe if you are looking for some other ways, maybe you'll see some down there as well. And have fun out there.